Hey everyone! So we're back and we're talking about Twitter news because there's always something new and scary with Twitter. So artists are always being criticized for different things, whether it be how they draw or how they tweet, or sometimes tweets that they like. Now you see, if you're going to criticize an artist for what tweets they like, you're really scraping down at the bottom of the barrel. At that point, you're searching for something, anything, any type of dirt that you can get on that person. And if somebody really wants to get somebody in a lot of trouble on Twitter, they have all the tools at their disposal. They have the Twitter advanced search. They can look through all of their likes that they've ever had, all of their retweets, all of their comments, and they're bound to find something because people have had those Twitter accounts for years and they don't even remember everything that they've ever tweeted in their life. They don't remember everything they've ever liked. And if you have someone searching through your Twitter, God forbid they ever find something political. And yes, that is the subject of this video today. So Sakimi, a famous Twitter fan artist, liked some tweets that were critical of Black Lives Matter, and as you know, these times are probably the worst times to be online and be critical of Black Lives Matter. Literally, like, any other day was fine up until this point because of the current protests. There's been a lot of jazz about Black Lives Matter and a lot of social pressure to be very, very supportive of the organization that put together these protests. Now, of course, Sakimi has never tweeted anything specifically negative about the Black Lives Matter organization, but because they liked somebody else's tweets that were critical of Black Lives Matter, that's enough. That's enough for these people who are trying to get them in trouble. Now, I think for the most part, when you're an artist online or a writer or somebody who's like selling yourself on something that is not political, you should probably try to keep your social media as non-political as possible. But it's very hard to do these days because if you go on Twitter, chances are the people you're following are going to be tweeting about the protests and all these political things all day long. I've been trying to get away from it. I can't because people won't stop talking about it. Not to mention that Twitter will show you what people you're following are liking or who they follow and who they follow are tweeting, which is stupid. It's just this really shitty Twitty algorithm trying to get you to follow new people or interact with the site more. And I hate it so much. I don't give a fuck about these other people. I only want to see shit from the people I'm following. I'm sorry. I try to keep my social media for the most part apolitical, but if you did search through my Twitter, I'm sure you would find something. I'm sure over the years I've probably liked or retweeted or tweeted something political at some point. If somebody wants to get dirt on me, they can figure out a way. And that's why people online are scary. That's why being political online is scary. That's why I don't outright say what political party I belong to. It's because people are scary. So here's the person who was calling out Sakimi-chan and going through her likes, screenshotting her likes, and what were her likes of? Well, it was liking tweets from Candace Owens and liking tweets about a video where a black man exposes Black Lives Matter. So liking tweets from a black female political commentator is racist. I know that might be confusing for a lot of normal people, but the real issue is that Candace Owens is very, very critical of Black Lives Matter as an organization and very critical about these protests. And this tweet itself is, of course, straight up just calling for her to get axed. Basically, you know, ruin her career. Let's get her up out of here. Sakimi-chan is getting the axe this season. Every now and then I'll see these tweets that are meant to ruin somebody's art career, and they'll just be a lot more polite than this one. It'll be like, I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention. I don't normally get political, but I think this is really important. tweets. But yeah, this person's just straight up like ruined this girl's career. And of course, people just went straight after her, no questions asked. I'm not even surprised because this is the same person who constantly draws black and brown characters with Eurocentric features, so I knew she gave me bad vibes seeing how she depicts black people in her art. Oh no, the ugly, lewd pinup artist who draws nothing but skinny white people hates Negroes. Who could have seen that coming? OMG, no, I'm so shocked, OMG. So let me just say this outright. It's okay to be critical of charity organizations. We need to stop pretending like charities are just these angels with the little halo on their head. Nah, they're not all like that. People who organize charities do make money. If they ain't getting donations, then the CEO isn't getting paid. And there are other organizations out there besides Black Lives Matter who promote equality across all races. It's not like this is the only charity, and if you don't approve of this charity, then you don't approve of the cause. I've been critical of cancer awareness before. That doesn't mean I want people with cancer to die. And we should be critical of more charities. We should research charities before giving them money, because we don't know where it's going. What's that one, the one animal organization who does like worse things for the environment with the money that's donated towards them? PETA? I think it is. It's like PETA or something. Everyone hates that charity organization. They do worse things for the environment and then like just shame people who eat burgers. And when we are critical of charity organizations and when we do research before donating to them, we get better charities. Somebody else steps up to the plate. I mean, that's the optimistic way to look at it, at least. I don't think it's inherently bad to be critical of charities, and I don't think people should jump onto the hate wagon every time somebody's critical of Black Lives Matter. But Dinkley here wanted to be like a nosy pepper and get jalapeno business. So Sakami-chan did actually apologize, and unlike the tweets that were shared, here's what they said. I want to apologize for the offense I've caused with posts I've liked. I have removed them. Again, I'm very sorry if I have offended you with them. I will keep my tweet feed likes section art only from now on. Below is a more detailed version of my thoughts. As you may know, this account has gotten a lot of attention lately over some likes in the feed. The world has changed so quickly, and the power and hope of the Black Lives Matter protest have sparked hope for many people who have been marginalized and oppressed for way too long. Change is not without its frustration, though, and as someone with many friends who are also small business owners in cities across the world, as well as friends who are police or family within law enforcement, our hearts break for people harmed by some of the looting and riots that have occurred in some areas. Please understand that I do not confuse people destroying things with the many people peacefully protesting for equality and change. I also don't really follow American politics closely, and I'm not really interested in taking sides in any political discussions. I'm pro-peaceful protests that have resulted in police reform and other positive changes, and I'm against the violence from both the riots, looting, as well as the police violence towards peaceful protesters. I also appreciate all the peaceful protesters that have band together to stop looters and protect others from harm from those who seek to cause trouble. And I feel like a lot of people agree with this sentiment. Violence bad, peaceful protests good. It seems pretty cut and dry there. But there are some people who will get up in arms if you say even that. Like, no, you have to defend the violence also, because they're not bad people, they're just angry. So they hurt innocent people. Yeah, I'm sure serial killers are angry too. It doesn't justify shit. Anyway, they end this apology by saying, other than that, I'm here for the art, and I will try and keep this account art only to focus both on my feed as well as in my like area. I want to focus on the positives we all have in common, not things that divide us. Thanks for reading. And I feel like that's professional. It's very professional, keeping your account art only and not getting caught up in the politics, like I've said before. A lot of people I'm following are getting caught up in the politics, and that goes for their likes, that goes for what they tweet, what they retweet. Like I said, I've had a lot of trouble getting away from the politics on my Twitter. And it's not one-sided by any means. There are people supporting Black Lives Matter unconditionally, and then there are people who are being critical of Black Lives Matter and talking about the riots. Both sides on my feed, they don't interact with each other, thank God. The last thing I need is drama. But then there are some people who are like, hey, if you don't agree with me, stop following me, which is just stupid. I don't know why people are tweeting that. But I think the main reason is because people are assuming the worst of others. That's like the real problem, right? People are assuming if you don't support Black Lives Matter, you must be a racist, you must be one of the evil people that I've heard about on television. And it never occurs to them that people have their reasons for believing different things. It doesn't always mean that they're just evil. And the best way to understand people is understanding why they believe something different than you and why you believe something different from them. Sometimes it's just as simple as a change of perspective. And as you can imagine, the comments on this apology, they're not really nice either. Some of them are like, you know, very supportive of Sakami-chan. It's like, oh man, you didn't even need to apologize. We understand. We would never assume the worst of you just because you liked a black female political commentator's tweets. But then there are some people who are just like, the ability to say I'm neutral in political discourse is privilege. If you live every single day as a marginalized person with little privilege to be had as a result of intersectionality, who don't get to be neutral because those politics are your life. Being apolitical is not the answer at all. Laughing my fucking ass off. You have a huge platform that you could be using to do good, but you're taking the opposite stance, and that's very disheartening. Right now, silence is what the oppressors want. I really urge you to rethink this neutral stance. So basically, you can't even be neutral. You have to be on my team. This isn't a political issue, nor is it solely an American problem. Racism is a human issue that affects us all. I don't think making your account just for art and nothing else isn't the solution. You have a lot of influence. Not speaking up is taking a side. So if you're neutral, you're taking the opposite side. And of course, the first tweet that pops up, you don't need to apologize, my dude. Apologizing to bullies will only make them bully you more. Hell, just look at the reaction from the bullies in this thread. I think for most cases, most people who are in this entertainment industry who want to use their social media to push their artwork, to push what they're selling, I think they probably should be keeping it apolitical and focus on your art. But it does seem like there's a lot of social pressure to come out and say something or do something or like specific tweets, pick a side, donate to this organization, don't be critical, don't ask questions, just do what we want you to do. And that's not good, obviously. I don't think people should be acting like that. All the companies are coming out like, oh, by the way, we're not racist, we support Black Lives Matter, we support Black Lives. It's like, has there been any company that's not come out and spoken about the protests saying, oh, by the way, we're not racist? You don't have to do that. Most people just assume that you're not racist. And most people should assume that you're not racist because most people on earth are not racist. What's this pessimistic view on life that has been so popular nowadays? So let's wrap this video up. Tell me what you think down below in the comments section about this artist, what you think about her liking these tweets, about her trying to keep her account apolitical instead of taking any side. And of course, if you've enjoyed, remember to like the video. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!
Program restart.